ProtParam is a freely available tool in the bioinformatics. So this is the site, right? So XPASI ProtParam is a tool which allows you to computation of various physical chemical parameters of any given protein. Got it? So don't worry about next. So if you just have to submit, so here there are so many ways how you can submit your protein to this date. This is a like app. So to this app you should submit your protein sequence. So here you can submit your protein amino acid sequence in, see which form they want, in one letter code form, single letter code. M means methionine, initiator amino acid is methionine. So in that one letter code you are supposed to submit the sequences here. So where do you get these one letter code for the second years? I will tell you again. So or else I will demonstrate you. Now you need not have to worry about bringing those single letter, one letter code containing protein sequences. I will give you all the sequences, but just for your understanding, there is a site called as NCBI. This is like Google for us. For a layman, how Google gives all the information, for a biotechnologist, NCBI refers to National Center for Biotechnology Information. This is Google for us. You should start Googling this site. So let me, why this is not loading? Just let me check it. So this, if you're online also, you can start disconnected. Right now it is not loading on Wi-Fi for some reason, I don't know. So NCBI is my voice audible? Hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So NCBI is National Center for Biotechnology Information. This, for a biotechnologist, this is the Google. So it has information related to science and health by providing access to so much of biomedical genomic information. So this has several suites wherein you can submit some data. If you do some research, you can submit your data. You can download the data, and you have so many tutorials, freely available tutorials. You can learn so many things. Then you can develop an app, or you can develop a site here, and you can submit. You can analyze your data, and you have so much collaborative projects available in NCBA. You can also do research. So this is the basic information, and here there are so many databases like genome assemblies, bio collections, bio projects, bio samples, biosystems. You have books, ClinVas, conserved domains, like that. You have so much information. Suppose let us go to the nucleotide. You can go to nucleotide, and you can go to protein, right? So here I have already later on I will tell you how to search for all that. So here I have a sequence. Just a second. So second years, please don't worry about it. Just it will go so blind. So only I'm showing you. My third years already they have learned that part. Actually, this doesn't have any gene IDs. I have taken from genome directly. So I have to go to. Otherwise, just I will demonstrate you some. Very important protein, insulin, right? Insulin. So if you, depending upon what information you want about insulin, you should select here. Then it will give you the related information. So suppose if you are giving insulin, so much information it is giving you. So much information it is giving you, and it will be really confusing. So here there are so many there are some Boolean operators, no, and or so such things you have to use, and you can give human. So these will act like filters, and they will give you human insulin related genes. So they would have so many genes are there, and they would have sequenced many fragments, sometimes full fragments, sometimes many fragments. So many people have worked. See, how many hits you are getting? 11,527 hits you are getting. So you should not worry about all that. Only when the top results you can go for mostly. So here you're getting a direct sequence of insulin of human. So if you click on that, this is the entire information you will get, right? So it is present on which chromosome? On chromosome 11p, P15.5 location. How many exons are there? 3. Now you know everything. It has 3 exons, right? So then if you go down here, so this is the genomic view. This is the genomic view. It will give you. Now let me just show you. If you, here this is like very self-explanatory tool. You just have to, like how you learn everything in the Google, same way you have to just keep browsing. This is the third exon. See, it is telling you this is third exon, 3 of 3 exon, and this is second exon. Yeah, this is second, 2 of 3 exon, and this is first exon. No. Just a second, this one. This is your 1 of 3 exons. So you have 3 exons. 3 exons. Always you should go for the first hit, mostly. So likewise, if this is actually called as GenBank view, you will be able to get all the information. Then if you still scroll down the page, you will get the information related to. No, yeah, here itself. Here itself, you have some information relate. So ATGC, just now I showed you know how to get ATGC. Just if you click on FASTA format, you will get this ATGC sequences. You have whatever I showed you just now. No, I copied this way and pasted in one Word file. So same way you want your protein related information also, right? So from this page only you will be easily able to navigate into protein sequence. I will just show you. This is all genomic transcripts and products information. NP refers to protein. So it is all like how in Google you will search, same way in the. So or else what you from this page only actually you will be able to go. Otherwise what you can do is, here you want protein information of insulin. And you want only in human. Right? Protein information in human. 200 amino acids. This is isoform 2. Actually, you will get many hits. So you should actually check for, yeah, this is the one. 110 amino acids. So here you will get all the description about your insulin protein. If you click on FASTA, see. So are you able to see this single letter codon MALW? So this is how you will get your single letter single letter code for amino acid sequence of any protein. Any protein you can search, apply some filters, you will be able to get it. So this is how I have obtained all the proteins just now I shown you with regard to. It takes time, it takes really time, and because you will get so many hits, and you should check whether they are partial sequences, whether they are like multimeric proteins, all that you have to analyze, then only finally you will be able to get into some details. So finally you have to write down and write some small description, then all the details, because next time when you want to search, these details will be very useful. Then same way FASTA sequences I have taken. Then same way I have taken amino acid sequence. So now what I will do is I will give you for second years I will give you IBR amino acid sequences with the ID. So now you don't worry about this gene sequence. This we will do later. So now I will give amino acid sequences. So suppose this is the amino acid sequence of a protein called a cysteine protease 8. So what you have to do is, I just show you a server called as XPASI param, right? So I just showed you XPASI param. Hope you are able to see everything, no? Because I shared my entire screen. Anybody please?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Okay. All the screen, whatever I'm changing, you're able to see, right? Word
Yes, ma'am.
document,
Yes,
everything.
ma'am.
Yeah. So this is the place where what they are asking, you can paste your own amino acid sequence in one letter code, right? So how you have to obtain one letter code, I just showed you in NCBI. That you will practice it later. Now you please don't worry about that. Now you just only need physicochemical properties of your protein. Right. So whatever sequences I will allot you, so you have to paste your protein sequences here. Right. From uh, starting. So methionine is the starting codon, no? For most of the proteins. You know where now you have learned even translation. So methionine is the starting amino acid. So they can add anywhere. So what you have to do is you have to just click on the compute parameters. Okay. So now you just see me what is that? First it is telling you it has 320 it has numbered your amino acids. So it is telling you it has 320 amino acids. It is giving you molecular weight 35,402 daltons. Then it has a theoretical PI. PI is isoelectric point. Then it is telling you amino acid composition. So it is telling like alanine, it is rich in alanine. There are 32 alanines among 320 amino acids. So it is alanine is almost 10%. Likewise, it is giving you entire amino acid composite number as well as percentage. Then it is also giving you how many total negatively charged amino acids, then positively charged, because they add for your, suppose you want to do electrophoresis. So electrophoresis is nothing but you will be separating proteins based on their charge. So it all depends. If your protein is in between my voice breaking. Somebody it is same for you everyone. No. Is my voice audible?
It's audible, ma'am, but sometimes it's breaking, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. From my side only, there was an internet issue. Yeah, I will share my screen again. So where I was lost? So I was talking about this parameters. Till where did you hear me? Did you hear about amino acid composition? Is my voice audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So where did I lose connection? Did I speak about amino acid composition?
Yes, ma'am. Composition is completed and you're speaking about charges.
Very good. So if we have to do electrophoresis, if we have to separate this protein in electrophoresis we separate proteins based on their charge. So we should have a prior idea, like based on that you can select the pH of your buffer as well as the electricity net electricity how much you would like to give. So all that you need to adjust. So if you want to set some parameters, you should have some prior idea about that protein. So this expansive prot param also predicts the, just a second, I stopped recording, I think again I have to do it. Yeah, it is going on, no issue. So this prediction of number of positively charged amino acids and number of negatively charged amino acids is very, very important. So this tool automatically predicts. So it is also giving you atomic composition like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, etc. It is giving you the total number of atoms, and it is also giving you extinction coefficient. Extinction coefficient is this you require when you go for your uh, calorimetric analysis. So when you want to check for the concentration of this protein, so you need some parameters like extinction coefficient. So this extinction coefficient purely depends on the it also depends on the like disulfide bonds formed between cysteines. So when there are pairing with cysteine, there is a different coefficient, different extinction coefficient, and when all the cysteines are reduced, means when there is no disulfide bond. You know that, right? Cysteine form disulfide bonds. They are important for stabilizing the protein structure. So in electrophoresis, you add certain chemicals to reduce your cysteines mostly. So it all depends how you have modified your, how you are going to use the protein. So it will give you the extinction coefficients. It is also giving you the estimated half-life. Suppose you are working with that protein, if the protein is very, very unstable, so you will not be able to further work with that protein. So it is half-life is nothing but how much time it takes for half of the protein to get degraded. So in mammalian reticulocytes or in vitro, means in the laboratory, it takes almost like 30 hours. Means 30 hours you can work with the protein. Then more than 20 hours in yeast. So more than 10 hours in E. coli. So these are all related to half-life of the protein. Then instability index. So instability index is like, again, it refers to the stability. Right. So if the instability index is computed, it will also compute the instability index, and it is giving you like 25.67. So this classifies the protein is stable. Then it also giving you the aliphatic index. So what do you understand by aliphatic? Aliphatic index is nothing but like long chain carbons without aromaticity. That is called as aliphatic. So if this protein is having more long chain amino acids or aromatic amino acids. So based on the, it is giving you an index called as aliphatic index, because this is very important even when you would like to study the concentration of the protein using several like biurate kind of reactions. So aromatic amino acids absorb lot of light. Right. So this aliphatic index also need to be, it is very important to predict. Then it is also giving you a parameters called as grand average of hydrophobicity or hydropathicity. So this is also giving a Gravy value. So this is how you are able, in one click, you are able to get so much information related to this protein, right? So you will also need to do one more small parameter called as subcellular localization. or you can directly go for this sort wolf. This is a tool. There are so many tools actually, not only this. There are so many tools by which you can predict. Now I'm telling you cysteine protease 8. So if we look into a eukaryotic cell, you know there is nucleus, there is cytoplasm, there are so many organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi, so many membranes. So like that, so you should know where your protein is actually present in the cell. That is very important. Sometimes if you have to isolate the protein, you should plan your protocol in such a way that you will be able to isolate complete protein. Suppose if your protein is there in the nucleus, so you need even very good method to even lyse your nucleus and get the protein out of the nucleus. So it is very important for you to predict where within the cell what are the subcellular organelles in which your protein is present. So this is a tool called as Wolf-P sort. So again here what you have to do, take the same sequence, the FASTA sequence. This is called as FASTA sequence. FASTA is nothing but you will have a, this is like fast alignment tool. You will have an arrow mark, you will have some protein ID, some small information about the protein and from the organism from which this protein is present. So this starting from your starting amino acid to the end. So you have to same copy this sequence and paste it in the P-Wolf sort. So some tools they ask along with arrow, sometimes some tools they don't ask with arrow. So same way what it is telling, enter multi FASTA protein FASTA. So it is asking FASTA. FASTA means, so definitely that arrow mark, it arrow mark we have to give. Then it is not taking submit. It is, yeah, it is asking from which organism it is. So I'm already telling you this is from a parasite. So they are animals. So that also you should give so that properly, because organelles means, you know, right? Plant organelles are different, animal organelles are different, fungi, all the organelles are so different. So accordingly, it will give the organelle localization. So then you have to just give submit. So it will take, mostly it will come very fast. Yeah, it will process. Yes. So this is a sequence that you have submitted, and these are the details it is giving you. So so it will give you like some probability. Probability is like it will be present in the cytoplasmic nuclear region. It is like 12.5. Then in the probability of present in the cytoplasm, it is 9.5. Then probability of this protein to present in the nucleus is 9. So present in other extracellular. Extracellular means if it is secreted outside the cell, that is 8. Then peroxisomes, it is 7.5 in the mitochondria. So this is all probabilities. These are all probabilities. So what you are supposed to just copy down this value, and I will give you one template, a table template. Then you have to write all these values in the table template. So this is, and there are also some other tools I will tell you. EMMHM is there anyway. Cellular localization. Time is 8:44. Online tools. P-sort anyway you have done just now. Target P predict subcellular localization of eukaryotic proteins. So you can choose one or two proteins. The same FASTA sequence, same sequence I have submitted here. This is a non-plant. They're asking, see, because it is localization, so they are asking plant or non-plant, and you just submit. Your site is banned in ACT-CARP. some sites are not opening when we are on Wi-Fi. Only when we are on mobile data, they are operating, right? So this site also you can use. So mostly I want you people to use PSOT, or this also you can use. I will tell you. So, so now what I will do is, Shubhangini, how you would like you people, because this data I want as a table. So, or else I will show you how I have prepared my table. Mm, I will show you. Yes. So, can you see me this? Are you able to see this Excel sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I will give you protein with protein ID and sequence. So then you will be predicting all the parameters, right? So this is the table you are supposed to prepare actually. So or else, but if I give you Google Sheet, it will come as a different format actually. So I will share you this Excel sheet. So whatever protein ID I'm giving you, dump the ID name and write the enzyme or protein name, whatever I'm giving, write the number of amino acids, write the molecular weight. Just one go, you will get all the information. So you have to write them in the Excel sheet. So this is what you are supposed to do. But you should work on a computer for some time. Please let me know who are all having your computers. So I will allot to them. So can you see all same everything you should check and you should paste it here. So this amino acid composition actually I have not taken. For this maybe we can take a different table. I will make a different Excel sheet for this amino acid. So till your hydrophobicity index, hydrophobicity or hydropathicity index, I have made this table. So this I will share with you, and I will also share the like first you tell me who all are interested from third years. The project batch has to do, because you know about all these proteins I will give as it is. So Shravan, Rajeshwari is not there in today's class. Rajeshwari is not there. So Sujana, Shravan, Rajeshwari, Aishwarya is there. Aishwarya is not there in the class. So anyway, I will share this video, what you are supposed to do, and I will share this Excel sheets, and I will also share this these two Word files. So this Trichomonas Word file I will share with third years, and infectious bovine rhinotracheosis, that Word file I will share with second years. So same here, for both the things I have downloaded the amino. I will give you only, I will not give you this entire thing. I will only give you the amino acid sequence and the IDs. So what you have to do, you have to take those amino acid sequences, put it in XPathC, as well as two tools you have to use. You have to use XPathC and you have to use the pwolf sort. pwolf sort you have to use, and you will be this site you have to use, and you will be able to predict your subcellular. Means it is just prediction. We are not doing any experiment, but it is predicting like some probability. It will be this like that. It will predict. So this you have to do it. So I will also share the Excel templates. So in the Excel templates, you submit, you paste your things and you can submit. Okay. So the same, everybody can paste their sequences. So I will get it, or else I will share one Google Sheet. Google sheet is nothing but Excel sheet only. Everybody can paste in that. So it will, I can look at it automatically. That is like collaborative tool kind of thing. Okay, so this is for today. I already time is up. Tomorrow I will take up the class, no issue. Actually, I have exam duty tomorrow. But anyway, I will take some half an hour class tomorrow morning. That will be okay. So we are done with lacoperon, right? The in continuation of that, you have a tryptophan operon also. So I have to take up that tryptophan operon. I will take up that tomorrow. So if any doubts regarding, so you just browse it. If you browse it, you will understand it very clearly. I will give you protein sequences and protein IDs right now. After within 10 minutes, I will post your protein IDs, protein sequences, everything. I will post them in the Google Classroom only, not anywhere else. Only in the Google Classroom I will post. I will also post the Google Sheet, like Excel sheet. So you can write all your data there, right? So then it only, I think 2 days are there. I have to write the. So why do you think these predicting these parameters is important? Because you know why you are writing a paper. So this prediction of protein properties is very important, because when you want to express this protein in vitro, you should know how stable it is, what is the composition, what is the pi, and if you want to study the concentration, you should know several extinction coefficient kind of parameters. If you want to do all this experimentally, it takes a lot of time. So there are so many freely available tools available online. So you predict and you keep them ready for the next experiment. So this kind of analysis, what you do will be helpful for the scientist who would like to actually work on these proteins in the lab. So that is how you will be justifying your paper. Okay. So this is going to be very simple. Don't worry about rest all things. Introduction part, all that I will write. Okay, so I will stop now and I will work out on the amino acid sequences and amino acid IDs, names and everything. I will give you within some time, and feel free to ask me anything till tonight. You have to submit me till today night. You have to submit me. You have to just put all your details in the Excel, or the same Excel file what I give you. I will give that link in the Google Doc, Google Classroom only. Okay. Okay, then see you all.